Hey guys, welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a quick everyday makeup routine that I use, not every day, but most days if I'm just going to class or going to work or shopping, hanging out with friends, something like that. This is a very simple makeup routine. So if you're interested in seeing that, stay tuned. Whenever I do my makeup, I always start by washing my face, and that's if I'm doing a full face of makeup for an event or even just a quick everyday kind of look. To wash my face, I use the Cetaphil cleaners. For washing, I use the daily face cleaner, and then after I wash and dry my face, I use the Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. I have already washed and dried my face, so the next step in my everyday makeup routine is to moisturize. So I typically just take about this much, rub it in. After I moisturize, I always prime my face. I also prime for a lot of makeup or super light makeup. So I use the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I really like this primer because it's smoothing, it goes on really smooth, and it does help my makeup last all day. So for this, I use just one pump, and normally I rub this in between two fingers, and I just dab, and then I rub this in. The only difference from when I put primer on to when I put moisturizer on is when I do primer, I try not to put it on my brow hairs, because when I do, it's kind of hard to get my brow product to stay on. After that, I normally will put my hair up just so when I do my makeup, it's not in the way. But today, I already had it braided, so it's kind of out of the way. Anyway, now we are going to reposition and move up a little bit because I have my mirror set up. We're going to transition so I can see in the mirror. Okay, so I have resituated, can't talk today, a little bit so that I can see in my mirror, what's wrong with me today? Mirror, so that I can do my makeup. So the next step in my makeup routine is brows, and on a everyday makeup routine, I use a brow pencil, but if I'm doing like a full face for something, I use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. But this pencil is by Benefit. It's the Precisely My Brow Pencil. I like this because it has a spoolie on one end and the pencil on the other end. And this is in the shade 6. So when I do my brows, I just open up the pencil, and it's kind of running out, unfortunately. I need to get another one. And I first start by just brushing my brows kind of in the shape that I want them once I fill them in. And then I just take, and with a really, really light hand, I kind of just fill this in and make them look a little more even, because my brows naturally are uneven. So again, for this everyday look, I don't stress to make them look perfect because my brows do not look perfect every day. I know they still look kind of uneven and odd right now, but I'm okay with how they look. So after I do that, I always just use a brow gel. There's no label on this, and I don't know what kind it is, but it is like a brown colored brow gel. And when I apply this, I kind of just brush my brow hairs up, and then go over the top line and lay them on both sides. And for an everyday makeup look, I'm normally happy with that. I do my brows. I will, if I'm doing a full face, I'll go ahead and do my eye makeup, but for everyday makeup, I don't put on like eyeshadow, eyeliner, fake eyelashes, any of that. So the next step in my routine would be to conceal around my brows. So this concealer is, I know it's Maybelline brand, but it's old and it's worn off and I don't know. But it's Maybelline brand, I do know that, and this is in the shade 55 Hazelnut. And to fill around my brows, I open it up and I kind of scrape off the excess, and I try to do a really light layer of concealer underneath, and then a really light layer of concealer above. And I don't stress to make this perfect, because again, it's an everyday kind of makeup look and I want it to look everyday-ish. So after I put a little bit of concealer on my brow, I use this e.l.f. professional eyeshadow brush to blend it out. And I like this brush because it's really thin on the top and it helps. It's really good for blending. So once I blend out with this smaller brush, I take this Real Techniques brush. I don't know which brush this is, but this is just the one I always use for concealer stuff, and I kind of just brush up and under my brow real quick to like make sure it's blended out. So after I do concealer on that side, I do concealer on the other side. And this is definitely more than what was on the other side. Since I put a little bit too much on this side, I'll kind of like brush the excess and then just go back to this side and kind of distribute it out a little better. Once I blend it out that kind of enough, I again take the Real Techniques, I cannot say that word, and go over and under. Then I kind of just look and see if my brows look even for the most part. I know they're not going to be perfect, but I can see in my up close mirror that this brow is like concealed a little bit thinner than this side. So I'm going to take a little bit more concealer and kind of thin this side out. So I just added a little bit concealer on the top, if you can see there. And then I will blend that down to kind of make my brow look thinner. Looking in my mirror here, I'm happy with the way they look. So I'm going to take my brow gel again and just go over my brows one more time since they are now concealed. After I do brows, the next step is to do foundation. And for an everyday look, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Foundation. And this is in the color 368 Deep Golden. I use this because it's quick. I like the coverage. So I normally start by just shaking this up a little bit. And then I open it. And there's normally like foundation in the cap here. So I take this Real Techniques brush and I just scoop out what's in the cap, and I will just kind of dab that all over. And then once I get out what's in the cap, I'll just scrape from the like top of the bottle and just dab that on where I haven't already put anything. And then once, to me, it seems like I have enough dotted on, we'll switch brushes to this e.l.f. foundation blurring brush, and I just take that and kind of dab and rub all of the foundation in until I am happy with the way that it looks. I always try to make sure that I blend down my neck just so everything looks more smooth. Once I am happy with how much it is blended out, I check to see if I think I need more coverage anywhere, but typically for a light day, I do not add anything. So after I do my foundation, I will put on concealer. And this concealer is the same as the one I use for my eyebrows, although this one is a little bit lighter. This is in the shade 45 Tan, and this is what I use to brighten up my face a little bit. So again, I just kind of scrape off that excess on the top. And for concealer, I typically do chin, a little bit above the lip, the bridge of my nose, and then I kind of just put a little thing up there, and I blend that out with a brush. And this is the same concealer brush that I used around my eyebrows. Under eyes, and I just make a triangle and fill it in. And for under eyes, I don't scrape off as much of that excess product that was on the wand. I just leave it and make use of it. After I put triangles on, they're not perfect, not even, it's okay. I just blend this out with the brush. And I always try to blend this a little bit extra, because if not, you'll be able to see light kind of triangles still under my eyes. After I am done concealing, I contour. And for my contour, I use this NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. This one is in the shade CW08.8. I know a lot of people conceal different, but I just do a couple little dots along the hairline, and I do along the sides. I don't really know the technical name for this area of the face, and then along the jawline. After that, I use a different Real Techniques brush. This one is kind of like a tapered brush in a way, and then I just take and I swirl to blend all of this out. Once I am happy with how all of that looks, I will put some powder on. Powder I use is L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder in the color C8 Cocoa. And I use, again, same brush that I use for my concealer for my powder. And I normally just swirl in the powder, and then I apply powder only where I put on concealer. Almost done here. The next step after putting on powder, I put on mascara. And the mascara I'm really liking right now is Maybelline Lash Stiletto, and this is just in black. I use the little mirror that's in the bottom of my powder to put mascara on. After I put mascara on the bottoms, I will put mascara on my top lashes. We are now approaching the final steps to my makeup routine. After I put on mascara, I will set my makeup with this MAC Fix Plus, and this is the matte kind. So I like a matte look over a shiny look. So I will just shake this up because it kind of settles, and then I just close my eyes and mist some on. This also smells really good. I like it. After I spray that on, I normally just take and I will fan it until it dries. Fanning away to my baby. So once that I can feel that it's like almost dry but not 100% dry, that's when I put my highlighter on. This is the Bobbi Brown highlighter in Bronze Glow. I've had this for a while. It's been through rough stuff here. Exhibit A. So I normally use, this is a Morphe fan brush. I just dab it in really light for an everyday look, and I just go along the cheekbones and put some highlighter on. If this was a more glam look, I would also do my upper lip and my forehead, but I don't do that for an everyday look. So the very last step I always do, because I normally have foundation and stuff on my lips, is I take a napkin or a paper towel or a washcloth or whatever I have close to me at the time, and I wet it, which I did not bring water. Let me wet this. I wet it, as you can see, a little bit in here, and I just take and wipe any foundation or anything off that is on my lips. After I wipe the foundation and stuff off my lips, my very last step is always lip gloss, Carmex, chapstick, whatever kind of lip product I have that is close. I'm gonna apply this chapstick. It's like chapstick brand chapstick, and it's some type of like apple flavor or something I found at the store. So put that on, and that is the end. Hey, thanks for watching. That is it for my everyday makeup routine. If you guys have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. If you want to see a more glam makeup routine, what I do for special events, pageants, anything of that nature, that kind of makeup look, comment that below as well. Video suggestions, leave those down below. If you have any questions about the products I use, brushes I use, anything like that, leave it all down in the comment box and I will be sure to reply. You guys can like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Follow my social medias, which are linked in the description. So, shameless plug. This video idea was suggested by my best friend Kira. She is the one who has the blog that I talked about in my very first video. So a link to her blog will be in the description. Make sure you guys go and read that. She's an awesome writer and has a lot of great things to say. So follow her blog, follow my social medias, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.